Hello people and welcome to the new player guide My Hero Academia edition. If you're watching this, I'm assuming that you just started the game or like a while ago based around the time period of the My Hero Academia collab. So let's get right into it. The first thing I want to say is that this is due to a comment that's left in one of my videos. This guy said he was missing like 75 diamonds or 100 diamonds or something from Deku, and he only has Bakugo, I think. So this is a very important thing. If you, I guess, like if you don't want to spend like real money on the game, or if you want to be efficient with your diamonds, do not pull for a jackpot if you don't have 175, because then you're just not guaranteed to get anything, unless of course the jackpot is not your main goal. But usually nowadays the jackpot is your main goal. There are exceptions, and in the past it was a little bit more messy. And then for black cards, they always cost 200 diamonds to get a guaranteed one. So unless you have 200, do not pull for black cards. So for example, right now there's a collab seal and there's a original character seal, right? Both of these, well, this is not exactly accurate because the Scroll of Knights is actually a returning seal. New original seals, such as where has it gone? Okay, well apparently they've just removed the draw for a new era, or like era of novelty. That's what it is. They just removed that. But for a normal jackpot, a 1% jackpot, you'll need to spend 175. Same for a collab jackpot, and then 200 for a black card. So unless you have those, please don't pull, because you'll just be wasting your diamonds. Moving right along, there's actually this really good guide in Chinese on Chinese Reddit, so I'll be basing what I say off this. Of course, I'll be just translating this as I go. So first off, when you first start the game, you'll have a few summoner candidates. So summoner candidates are these cards. I recommend that you start out by using either Sabel or Onizuka Hain, because they're quite OP. The other cards are fine, but like using them as leaders is not that practical. And so because of these leaders, you don't really have to draw with like you don't really have to spend your diamonds and get new cards straight away. And you can just wait until a raid up. Another thing about drawing like from diamond seals is that you always want to wait until raid up. For example, like raid up for the My Hero Academia seal is 24th to 25th of December, which is why I personally haven't drawn yet. And yeah, that's how you most efficiently use the diamonds. Yeah, this is just also talking about you either draw on raid up, or event seals, which is like black cards, and collector's decks, which are kind of rare and I won't really talk about now. And then collab seals, of course, but then collab seals also have their own raid up. So yeah. Next, this talks about this very important thing. So there is a new player, there is a stage that's reserved for new players to farm XP. XP is the thing on the top left right there. You access this by going to the top left Lost Relic, then you click on Train Up in the top right corner. Then if you are below level 149, then you'll get this stage that will give you like a ton of XP, and also you can farm level up materials as well. So the stage only costs 15 stamina. Stamina is this blue thing right there at the bottom, and yes, it's quite cheap and it's a good way to farm up XP. Your character XP is important for raising your team cost, which I'll talk about a little bit later. The other thing you can find in the train up section is the boss skill training, this stage. by clearing all of these, they teach you about the negative like runestone effects or various skills that the enemies can have. Then they all require a specified team, just like this. Also helps you familiarize yourself with the summoner candidates. And then once you are done, as it says on the top there, you can get a protagonist, the Savior's dual max redemption coupon. So that's just another card you can use. Next up is the battle screen. Okay, well, let's just go into here, right? Does this even give you a draconic? Okay, this doesn't give you a draconic. Okay, well, just quickly going over the battle screen then, I guess. Everything's in Chinese here, but so you're split into like the top half and the bottom half, right? The bottom half is the board, I call it. You have a 6x5 runestone board that you can spin. There are different types of runestones. The game will teach you all of this hopefully in its tutorialization, but there's just some stuff which is like the enemy CD, which is the top left of the enemy. Then you have other stuff which is just buffs and debuffs on the left hand side. Then obviously the enemy's HP is pretty self-explanatory, and then all the other stuff you really don't need to worry about. The only thing you need to worry about is the HP bar, which is right in the middle. Left hand side there's a tiny heart icon, if you can see that, and everything else like you'll just learn as the game goes on. I won't talk too much to overcomplicate things right now. The draconic is the thing you see on the right hand side next to the enemy right there. You can equip various draconics such as this one. This one's the most common one, but new players won't have this because you can get draconics by completing achievements of ultimate stages and just by various events. These are the effects of your draconic, and then you basically store the energy in the draconic in various ways. This one, it's launching attacks, as you can see there in the charge. And then there's actually a good stage in the train up section as well, which can teach you how draconics work. It's here, Scholar's Training Course. Each one of these costs 0 stamina, and you can learn how the various draconics work. There are many different types of draconics. You can just see which one you like. Next up is dragon wares, which are a special type of draconics. They're just draconics that can be put on specific characters that also like give buffs to the character itself. So for example, we can take a quick look at let's say Deku's draconic, right? Sorry, dragonware. Gotta keep mixing those up. Where is it? Nope, that's not it. Okay, here. Deku's dragonware. It's taking a bit of time to load, but as you can see, there is a buff to the character: HP plus 10%, attack plus 10%. You can only put on Deku, and then the charge is by dissolving any moves in the first batch. Then you have these effects, and then in the bottom right hand side you can see Dragonware. It also has these additional bonuses. So this one extends runestone movement time by half a second and gives some attack boost if you dissolve human runestones. Next up is how you make Dragonware. I really won't go into this because nobody really makes Dragonware nowadays, except if you're going for like a speed clear on the leaderboard. You can make... Sorry, people don't make Draconics. People do make Dragonwares. And how you do that is in the craft forge. You just forge Dragonware. As the picture says here, it's one character plus 2 cores. So there are only a select few characters that you can make Dragonwares out of. I wouldn't worry too much about them because they're pretty small part of the game. And yeah, I've gone over this. This is the course that you can do, the stage that you can do to familiarize yourself with Draconics. Next up is the stages that you should play. Okay, the main menu is kind of complicated, but let's just start at the bottom. The bottom you have team, inventory, shop, and summon. Team is just where you build your teams. Inventory is your total card inventory. And then this middle thing is your stamina, as I said before. The shop is pretty irrelevant unless you want to like buy stuff, which I'll talk about a little later. And summon is just where you go to draw your cards, right? Next up is bottom left is the mission person that changes, like, he's normally a squirrel, but in collabs they change the character to like various things. You have daily missions, special missions, beginner bingos, and advanced bingos. I recommend you complete these just to get like a good amount of resources out of them. Just tap on each of them, like they'll tell you what to do, and then if you don't know what to do, you can press proceed at the bottom and they'll take you to where you need to go. Moving on, I've already done the Lost Relic. Here's the event blimp for more events such as joint operations or monthly challenge. That's what's going on right now. Right behind this character who's kind of obscuring this is the guild. The guild basically is a place where you can get even more resources by using black keys. I won't worry too much about that. If you want, you can join my guild. The guild ID is right there. Next up is the arena, which is bottom right. In the arena, you can battle using just a team, and then you rank up, and at the end of each week, you get rewards that range from let's just go to like Warlord 1, right? So that's where I typically get to. You get like 5 diamonds, and then like however many like other rewards there are. This red chest, I wouldn't really worry about it because it has like a random amount of stuff inside it. Next up is the Enochian Tower, but before I get to that, the top, just quickly going over that, you have your name, your username, of course, your UID, your level, your XP, your diamonds, and your coins. All of those are just pretty self-explanatory. Let's go into the Enochian Tower. You see 3 tabs right here: side story, main story, and Era of Enoch. I recommend you do not worry about side story or main story because that's like the new stuff. The old stuff you get by tapping Era of Enoch, the rightmost button right there, and you get to this screen, which looks quite a lot like the other screen, but this is older. So inside this old screen, and if I just get to that here as well, okay, so you want to when you get here, it'll say new, and then wherever it says new, just start battling those. Alright, each of these 5 areas is just like contains a lot of stages, and then by the time you like battle your way up through all of the stages, you get to the 7th seal right there. Then you can move up onto the 8th seal, and then the 9th seal, just swipe up, and then the 10th seal you swipe down. That's where you get to that. And then afterwards, the 11th seal, you touch this thing right there, and then you can only unlock the 11th seal by battling in the Traveler's Memories. I'll talk about that a little later. And then, yeah, this is just saying the same thing. Inside the Traveler's Memories, there's also a lot of stages. So you really, like, these are just like basically diamond farming right now, because I don't expect like you'll have a lot of the old cards. This is just to basically buff your old cards. But one thing you do want to keep an eye out for is this over here. How you get Enoch is in Marks of Newborn. You go all the way to the end in Inevitable Fate, then Dawn of Enoch Extra. I wouldn't worry about this right now because getting like you're ways far away. Honestly, just start with all the main story stages, and then once you're done with that, you can look up like stuff on how to battle through the Traveler's Memories. Next up is Void of the Realm, which is another basically a farming area, diamond farming area. It's this bottom right hand corner. When you swipe up, Void of the Realm, you have 3 different areas. All of them have a ton of stages and therefore a ton of diamonds. Alright. Okay, this is talking about your team, I guess. I mean, you can swipe left and right to get from your draconic to your draconic. Just click on the character icons to change your team. And then in your inventory, you can sort your cards by clicking on the stuff on the top right hand corner. This UI has been greatly improved from previous times, so you can just search for whatever you want. There's a search bar right there. The search bar is not very good, but you can filter by attribute, race, rarity, and condition, which I'm pretty sure that's really all you need. Next up, the shop. Okay, the shop, you obviously have a diamond shop, which is where you spend real money to get diamonds. Then you have your gift pack shop, where they sometimes give out free gift packs, or gift packs that cost real money. Next up, you have the Trade Fortress, which you can just buy specific things in. You can click into each of these to find out what they do. And then probably the most important thing in the shop is Lost Relic Pass Registry. I also call it LR Pass Registry just for short. In here, there are a ton of stages. This is basically like what people like to call the diamond mine. I'm still going through it. You know, there's like a lot of stages. There are some cards in here that I would recommend you get, but of course you want a good team to start with, right? So that's why saving your diamonds is very important, because getting one team to jumpstart you on the diamond grind is very important. In here, just briefly, I would recommend you starting with the bottom. So right there, this stage that's just like that looks like this. These are just the seal bosses. And having the seal bosses, especially ones that have PR forms, will help you a lot in just like playing the game. And summoning, I don't think I need to go over summoning. This is like, you pay diamonds to get the cards. That's just it. At the bottom you have the guaranteed, like how many draws you need to get a guaranteed card. Next up, here. How do you build a team? I don't even know how to begin to freaking answer that question. But there is a good website to help you do that. You can, well, it says here you can either ask on Chinese Reddit, or you can use this tool. Okay, the URL for this tool, it is checkup.tosgame.com. Alright, checkup.tosgame.com. The whole UI looks like it's in Chinese, but that's fine. You put in your UID and then your verification code. You can find your verification code in the top right community, and then your inbox. I'm not going to click into it right now because then you'll see my verification code. But once you click in, you should have this user called GM that sent something to you. Alright, once you're in here, first off, you can basically type whatever you want in this box right here. How much can you see? Okay, that's fine. You can type in this box right here. Then okay, you can, alright, you can type in that box right there. Then you can filter for what you want. Like, for example, you need a specific achievement for a stage. They can filter by like light, human, or something like that, and then you can just see like what stage you're on as well. This is all in Chinese. I just realized, but okay. So let me just go through it. The first row is your attributes: water, fire, earth, light, dark. Basically the same as in the game. Your second row is races. They're the same order as in the game. Then don't worry about the last part, pretty much, honestly. Just type like the name of the stage in the in the text box right here. Next thing you want to do is you want to press this. This button is basically send. And then on the left hand side, you can't see the left hand side. Let me just move this real quick. The left hand side, there's this checkbox right here. If you tick it, that means you make your inventory public, and that's how people can leave stuff for you. Then you click this other button, which is just sharing your inventory. The bottom option is copy link. You can get a link to your inventory, and actually if you paste that link into, you know, my comments or something, and then I can actually help look at your inventory. Next up, I think that is it. Yeah, you can just like see your inventory here as well, just by like filtering for whatever card you have. This is, you know, just basically the same as your inventory in game. Alright. Next up, let's move this back along here. Okay, next up is stuff that they haven't covered, and probably I'll cover it in a future video, because this is how to level up your cards. This is quite a long process, so I've talked enough in this video. Hopefully this helps you for now. If you want to see the next part, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hope you like this, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!